everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Chris.
I'm Craig.
And today we're doing our review for Hail Caesar.
Alright guys, so Hail Caesar. It's written, directed, and produced by the Coen Brothers. You might have known them from, No Country for Old Men, Fargo, The Big Lebowski. These guys have a long history in Hollywood. We're obviously really excited for this. I know it was on your top anticipated movies. Yeah, it was somewhere like around 6 or 7, I think it was.
It was an honorable mention.
Oh, it was on. Oh,
yeah,
well,
come on.
I'm wrong, sorry. It's been a while. We've done a lot since then. Basically, it follows a studio executive played by Josh Brolin and his interactions with all these different stars that he has, from Scarlett Johannson, George Clooney, Alden Ehrenreich, and how these different ones play into his life as a studio executive affect each other in a lot of ways, inadvertently. And there is a kidnapping, as you saw in the trailer. George Clooney is abducted, and then there's a side story there. And this actually does play very much like an ensemble piece. There's a lot of these different arcs that you follow. Josh Brolin's always at the center of them, and yeah, and you just kind of see how these all things play out. So, what did you think of it?
I don't know if my expectations were high or what, but I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, and there was just things that I understand the side stories, but they just didn't feel like they really fit into the movie. But when Josh Brolin's character was on screen and you follow him, I got that, understood it. I thought the first meeting he had with the exec and the rabbi and the priest, that part was really funny when they were arguing back and forth about if this works, if that works. That was a good funny scene. The scenes with Scarlett Johannson, it was just another side story. I get it, but it just didn't really work for me. But overall, the movie was just kind of, I liked it, but it wasn't a great movie.
See this ensemble cast. We didn't even do the cast rundown. Josh Brolin, George Clooney, Jonah Hill, Scarlett Johannson, Alden Ehrenreich, Tilda Swinton, Ralph Fiennes. I'm already forgetting people, and there were Frances McDormand. This is a huge cast, and I'm forgetting people.
Yep.
And when you see this cast, you saw the trailer, it built it up to be this kind of quirky, exciting, fast-paced movie, and it definitely is quirky, and there is a lot going on, but really it's more of kind of a quiet homage to Golden Age of Hollywood. Yeah. Really, that's what this movie is. Basically showing you the life of a studio executive and what he's dealing with, and here's actor A and how they interact, and with all these different issues, like with Clooney, kind of the alpha male star, kind of, self-entitled type of guy, but he's still an actor. And then you have Obi, which was Alden Ehrenreich's character. He's kind of this, good old cowboy type, and he actually is a cowboy, not only in the movies, but as an actor, but he's like the up-and-coming star. And Scarlett Johannson, who was kind of the top bill female, and then the stuff she's got going on, and it interacts with their real lives in terms of what they have going on, as well as their professional lives. And it's an interesting look, and there's a lot of humor. We were both on it. It was a funny movie.
Yeah, I laughed quite a bit. The Channing Tatum's in it as well.
Channing Tatum's one of the biggest guys.
His dance number was actually pretty entertaining. I was like, wow, I knew he was a dancer, but
stripper.
But the tap dancing, that was pretty
dance.
Cool. Yeah, his final story arc at the end. I don't want to spoil it, but it was quite funny. The final scenes of him. So.
Yeah, and there's a lot of humor in this, and like he said, there's so many different scenes where it feels like things are kind of out of place, but you have to remember it's a love letter, it's an homage. This is looking back on Hollywood in that age, and there were musical numbers back then. When you go back to the Bing Crosby, Cole Porter movies, and there's an entire sequence with Channing Tatum, which you saw in the trailer, and it's a long sequence. This isn't like 30 seconds. It's like a full 5-minute dance number. And it's great, and this movie actually looks great. This is very well filmed. The cinematography is really great at points. It's a very good-looking movie. It just feels like these are some really good individual parts that when you put them all together, they don't necessarily fit or flow with one another. As a whole movie, it just feels a little off.
Yeah, but the acting was good. George Clooney, he had some funny moments.
Yeah, he's funny.
His facial expressions were great. The cowboy, he was great when he... It's not really a spoiler, but he's a cowboy, and then they try to put him into a modern film, and he doesn't know how to interact with the other actresses, and he's just kind of, he's kind of goofy. Just the interaction. The director was Ralph Fiennes of that movie.
Ralph Fiennes was the director,
and so he mispronounced his name.
Lawrence Oran, Lawrence,
That was really funny. Josh Brolin did a great job.
Brolin's great, yeah.
But other than that, it was missing something, but I do love how it was like an old Hollywood type movie back in the day. That was pretty cool. The story, I got it, but it kind of left me like, well, that's it,
Yeah, and there's still fun here. It's missing that key ingredient. And it's hard to really put your finger on what that is because there is humor. Clooney's funny. I was worried about him. He was actually really funny in his moments. Alden Ehrenreich was really funny. The little back and forth with Ralph Fiennes with he can't pronounce something. It was if it was so simple, and he can't go like but if it were so simple because he has this heavy accent. So and he can't get the pronunciation right. So eventually they edit it out of the movie, and he just says. It's complicated because so I mean he has a lot of good back and forth. There are pockets of humor here. It just doesn't really feel like it's a complete movie at the end. It feels like these are a lot of really good short scenes, but when you put them together, it doesn't really form a coherent movie, or at least a fully satisfying one. So I mean, what do you think? I mean, it's a tough one to score because this was a very well executed movie. It was funny, but what do you think?
I was thinking about it and how I would score it, but I'm going to give it a solid 7.
Oh, 7. No, a little higher on it, more me. You're always more positive, though, except for Star Wars. So for me, I'm going to keep this at a 6. A little bit lower. This, like I said, we both had fun with it. We both laughed. This wasn't Dirty Grandpa where I wasn't laughing. I had fun with this. It just felt a little off. Still, go check it out. It is still a funny movie. You are going to have some laughs at this. Just go in with the proper expectations. This is a drama with comedy, not a comedy with drama. Just know that before going into this because they marketed it the other way around, at least based off the trailers, that this is laughs throughout. No, there's laughs, but just know what you're getting into beforehand. Got anything else to say on it? Or
Nope.
No?
Yep, that's about it.
That's about it, yeah.
Just keep looking for new content on our channel, and please subscribe, like, comment. Tell us what you think, what you like, what you don't like. Just let us know.
Yeah, and we'll check you guys next time. Thanks.